Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Kyler Murray and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a part of the country that could definitely use the rain, but it's also going to make for a very wet track tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these four. Niners as they interplay here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Here's Walker to start the drive. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This take it in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. Then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they'll go for it. Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he's going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Yellow, zoom. Black shot.
Check. 40's mine. 40's mine.
Now Lance again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The Niners at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Just shy of midfield. 10 and a 49er first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
This one complete, Lance to Kittle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throw left side, complete to McLeod. Touchdown! Ray McLeod. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Johnson now for the extra point.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Murray.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one I think where the safeties usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for them to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
Murray's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit
seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray, 49 yards. And the 49ers have taken the lead. Johnson's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech. I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together. And we're capable of doing so.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets it up past the 35.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he goes out right around the 39. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Throwing now is Murray. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Murray now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now Murray. Got a man, it's Judy complete. And he will have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Murray now running right on the option. Oh, look at the Jew. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Steps away to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Jerry Jeudy from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30 right at the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in, but when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
They'll roll him out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, first down there on a pickup of 25.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Lance. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. Touchdown! catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Throwing now is Lance.
He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Daily Gray.
As time expires in the first half.
And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Johnson for the extra point try.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Striker, 3-3. Blaster, 6. Ready?
2nd and 5 now. Lance. That's caught by Ayuk on the sling. And he's taken down over the slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
They've had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Shotgun now for Lance. Rolling to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Malik Harrison on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that. Read his keys, made the play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
David Ajabo running in to take him down.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you showed them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed, and they got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And he will find his man, Samuel. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Throwing on first down is Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Now a dump off here complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray now running left off the option. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They faked the handoff. Now Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
On second down, it's Walker.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 47-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
To throw, it's Lance. Completes it to Samuel.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Lance now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That's complete, left side to Gray.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Now for the PAT, here's Johnson.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Murray now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the 49ers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever